Hello, hello. Hi, guys. All right, so this is going to be today's topic video. It is going to be for the 15th of June. All right, so let's go ahead and see what we got on this one. Well, sorry, I have to give her a little top. We have the lady, and she is here waiting, and she looks very elegant. She looks very well put together, very wealthy, although you can't see it because her robe is open. Her chest is bare, and she wears a dangling necklace that has the symbol of Venus on it, just representing love. And her chest is bare because she's showing, what her heart really wants. This is someone who has waited for love. Now, she stands kind of up in her very beautiful like tower or fancy mansion, and she looks out kind of like pining for the sunlit day that is out there. Like she'd like to step out into the sunlight herself, but she keeps waiting instead. So happiness eludes her at this point in time because she's waiting for something very specific. It's like she's saying, I can't go out into the sunlight and be happy until my heart has what my heart really wants. So she sees love, she sees happiness, but she doesn't have it herself yet. And with these clouds, she's about to have a major breakthrough here because the clouds, hold on, I'll put it this way. She is actually, where she is right now is kind of the darker aspect of the clouds, but we're going to have a breakthrough. This is the clouds in her mind are going to lift. There's going to be a breakthrough either in her thoughts. Sorry, guys, my asthma it's making me all out of breath again. Yeah, she's about to be unlocked. The key here unlocks everything. And this is like her chest cavity is about to be open. Lots of things to do with somebody's chest right now. Opening up the chest, which is a bird cage in this scenario, and there's a rose inside, which is, that's like the heart, that's love. She is about to either have a change in perspective that allows her to open up her heart to someone, or someone is coming in with the key to unlock her heart. Either she's doing it or they're doing it. Ooh, tell me about the key, because that's our pivotal card. Oh, well, we either have a ton of suitors all of a sudden, and she's like, oh my God, there's so many hotties. Why was I thinking that I had to wait for one specific person when maybe I was mistaken about that? Maybe I was supposed to, allow myself to meet the different kinds of amazing human beings that are on this planet. Maybe I was holding space for the one who was actually the wrong one. Or, I kept thinking it'll never happen to me. Well, not if you stay locked up in your beautiful tower, it won't. Got to get out and mingle. Now, the other alternative here is that, because this really looks like somebody who was, I don't know, I would say, man, I'm leaning more toward this being someone who is madly in love with someone, but has been waiting for them to the point where it was like, man, is this ever going to happen? And then here comes this breakthrough, and it could just be that everyone's talking. This is normally a card of gossip, not of lots of suitors, but rather of a ton of conversation. The key, somebody comes to unlock her heart here. Maybe it's, wow. This is somebody who sees her as home. They may also be leaving a former home that they were in to go get her. Because the gate is open. So it either means she's going to be welcomed into somebody's world, or someone is leaving their world to go to her. And that could cause a lot of gossip. Right now, I'm leaning towards saying that someone is leaving everything behind to go get her. And that is creating quite the buzz in the family or friend group. Like, oh my gosh, so-and-so is going to go get that woman that they love or man that they love. I don't read for genders. It's just to keep the storyline straight. I will, refer to the character by whatever we saw on the card, but you can substitute whatever you wish. Tell me about the card with all the birds, the gossip card. Page of Wands. Now, this is somebody leaving. They are leaving because they're like, I gotta go. I gotta go get my girl. I gotta go get my lady. This is somebody who is taken off. Eight of Wands, Two of Wands. And they're saying, I'm not even 100% sure where she is right now. I just know I got to go find her. So does she live someplace else? Has she moved? Is she someplace and they don't know exactly where she is? Because they're off on its journey and kind of like, here I go. And then as they're already on this journey, they've already taken action. They kind of pause and go, oh my God, wait a minute. Do I know where she is? Which path do I take? Which route do I go? Oh my. This is about their journey toward her. The Lovers and the Magician. Boy, this person's going to be like doing some serious, like, all right, oh great and powerful universe, guide me, help me find her. The lovers are going to be guided back to each other by whomever the angel is in the sky, and also by the combination of the angels smiling upon this, but also I want to say that our character who has the desire to go get that feminine, their willpower in this, their desire to come into union with her is the reason the angels are like assisting. They don't quite know where she is, but something is going to work out that it puts him right on the right path. This could be a weird set of signs and synchronicities that occur for them, that they thought they were going a certain direction to go get her, and then something unexpected, well, first it strikes them and they go, oh my God, I'm so glad I thought of that. I don't really know where she is at this point. Okay, universe, help me locate her. And little signs and signals from above kind of help guide the way somehow. That sounds kind of crazy, because this looks like it's a great distance that they have to travel. All three of these cards are cards of distance and travel. There's signs of synchronicities. There's a map because the globe is over here on one side of him, and then there's a cat on the other side. That could be some kind of a sign. Someone might need to cross a sea, or they are thinking that this person may live toward like a coastline, which, granted, the greatest concentrations, I think, of humans are always along coastlines. Like there's, at least in the United States, that holds true. If you look at the population density, it's always, the West Coast or East Coast, and then there's less in the central aspect of the country. But still, I feel like maybe they're realizing, if I were her, where would I have gone? Why don't they just reach out to her? Like that's why are they like, trying to use psychic powers to spot her? We have King of Pentacles, we have Hangman. Well, they thought about it an awful lot. They thought about reaching out to her. They thought about trying to offer her something. Maybe they thought about saying, would you come to see me? And I think in the end, they realized, no, I have to go and present an offer to her. I can't call her up and say, come to me. I need to go and present myself. I feel like this person feels like they're going to present themselves at court, like I'm talking like in the, 1800s where, go to court. Well, I guess it was even before that, right? In France, like the court of King Louis and such. But it's like a formal presentation that they need to go and they need to make this offer. And I feel like they want to do it on their own motive, not necessarily have it to be too easy. I feel like they think that they need to go and be present and arrive with this grand offer. Not like, hey, where you at? I don't see this person texting that. Tell me about her. My goodness, this is a different one. We've been having some intriguing stories. So Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. In her mind, as well off as she is, as beautiful as she is, she has no idea. She doesn't see herself as abundant. She doesn't see herself as particularly graceful or attractive. She's kind of in a karmic state right now where she's kind of on a loop of, this doesn't happen for me. I must not be enough. And you notice that technically we have a matched pair here, King and Queen of Pentacles. This person wants to give to her in the light that they see her in, and she doesn't see her own self in that light. No wonder, because remember, we already saw her with we got a 10 of Wands, We got an Ace of Cups and we got a Page of Swords. We saw her already with the darker clouds here around in her mind. She probably was feeling kind of down on herself. You know, no one should feel like that, right? Where they're judging themselves saying, yeah, but obviously I'm up here alone, not being chosen. So how great could I be if I'm out here single and nobody's pounding on my door trying to come get me? I don't have a bunch of suitors. The thing is, she's clearly been hiding herself away. Somebody can say, oh yeah, if I was such a catch, why am I still single? And it's like, well, what have you done to put yourself out there? It would be like a restaurant saying, well, if my food was so good, why don't I have more customers? It's like, well, do you advertise? Do you let people know that you're open? Are you visible? People have to be able to find you first. You could have the best food in the world. No one will ever know if you never make sure that people find out about you. So I'm going to put that back on her and say she's just kind of down in a down mood. And I think that that's like, what character doesn't get like that sometimes, right? Like, these are all fictional characters that we're talking about, but I think it's a very relatable, like, human emotion, to have, like, feeling like, oh, well, if I'm such a great worker, why don't I have a job? And it's like, well, maybe the companies that could afford to pay you, they haven't found you yet. Like, there's certain things that, like, yeah, the timing still has to be right, and people have to be able to find and locate each other. So she's a little down on herself for right now. And that's a burden she needs to let go of, and she needs to just pour into her own cup. Especially, she should do it right about now. Really get busy loving herself, filling her cup, getting really high vibe, getting really happy, because what's coming for her is going for her right now. We're never sparkly, more beautiful, or emitting a more attractive, like, bat signal than when we actually are thinking about, hey, I do know my worth, and I'm living a good life, and I'm grateful for my existence, and I do love the life that I'm in. So this is a really good time. If our character has been feeling low, they have been judging themselves, misjudging themselves, I'll say, just because they felt kind of isolated, felt kind of lonely. This is a really great time. Well, it's always a good time if we're feeling like that, to start giving to ourselves, start counting up, our good qualities, and being kind to ourselves, and liking who we see in the mirror by liking the energy that we put into bettering ourselves, better our own life. If there's something we don't like about ourselves, instead of getting upset about it, why don't we just focus on improving whatever that thing is, or, excelling in other areas of life, or shrugging it off and saying, big deal. So something's not completely perfect. Does that mean I'm a person without worth or value? No. In fact, I'm going to invest in me because I deserve it. I'm going to get better, stronger, faster, smarter. I'm going to learn more. I'm going to become, the best version of me. So I walk tall, and I'm really proud of how far I've come and what I've learned, and, how strong I am and how fit I am, or, whatever this person's journey is. That's kind of the vibe she's going to get into, which is great, because it almost looks like love is going to find her a heck of a lot easier when she's busy pouring into herself. They're going to be looking for the vision of her that they think she is, even though she's the one who hasn't thought she was much of anything. So it's going to be a lot harder to find somebody when they're thinking, I'm out looking for that amazing person that matches me. If she was in a real down tempo attitude and feeling like she doesn't match anyone, she's going to be a lot harder to find. So instead, she's going to be in this really great vibe, which is awesome. He, she, doesn't matter. This is not a story about some dude who's, on this quest for this really hot woman who doesn't know she's hot. That's a pretty simplistic interpretation. This is more like, it's really talking about, in the grand sense, how do good things find us? Well, usually when we are proactive enough, maybe, to keep seeking more for ourselves, developing ourselves. And then what happens is, we meet other people. This would be the example of, I'm feeling down and low. I've been isolated. So let me go. I want to go take a Spanish class. I've always wanted to, get more proficient. I'm going to go take a Spanish class. And then when you're in that class, you wind up meeting cool friends, or maybe you meet the person that you're going to marry. You've got to put, as you project toward growth and positive expansion of self, that's when it has other ripple effects of awesome things in life. That's what I would say. So let's round this storyline out and wrap this one up. Because we already know that they're looking for her. She's shifting into a better energy. We still have a 6 of Pentacles in the reverse. She's not thinking about trying to go find them, though. She's only focusing right now on her own personal abundance. We have a 3 of Wands. We have a 10 of Cups. We have a Page of Wands. Look, they find her. They absolutely do find her. And then, to me, this looks like there's a little bit of time. They come into some kind of an agreement, some kind of a union. She may not leap at this necessarily. She may say, well, let's see how this goes for a little bit. Hey, I was just starting to love myself again. I was just getting myself into this better vibe. It's really great to talk to you again. Yeah, I hoped you'd be there a long time ago. Here you are. Let's start to talk about the future. Then, because I feel like all along, I don't know if they have wanted her to move to their castle. I don't know if they bought a home and now they're going out to get their person that they want. Remember, we had the home here and we had all the birds gossiping like, oh my God, what do you mean? You just bought this house and now where are you going? Oh, I'm going to go get my queen. It feels like, you notice how they're showing her and you see, I have the house with the courtyard now. This is the house that I wanted for us. I feel like there's some kind of, like I said, it's like a big offer. And I think that they're hoping that it's weird because this storyline almost has a little bit out of sequence tempo to it, only in the sense that someone has this idea, this agenda of what they want to do. And then they present the opportunity, and then they start working on the reality of, let's build this passion, let's build this, let's cohabitate in this amazing thing, let's have this 10 of Cups. Now we'll work on the passion. It's funny because it's like somebody already knew who they loved, knew who they wanted, but it's kind of like maybe these two have been apart for a long time and they're just now getting reunited, but there's already like this very big offer of, come live with me, come be with me, and then we'll get to know each other again now that we're living together. And then that's when we'll romance each other and we'll fall back in love. Or I don't know if they were ever out of love. I think these two have always wanted to be together, but it's like they're going to date after they're already in some house together. I mean, that's what I see here. So that's kind of an odd message. Hey, I read whatever story it is, good, bad, or ugly. That's just what we got. Yeah, 8 of Pentacles. They actually work on, I don't know, maybe these two have always been far apart, and that's why it's like, okay, now I've got a place of my own. Now I want you to come and move in with me. And then we already know that we love each other, but we maybe still don't really know each other yet. But I want us to be together so that then we can work on developing what the foundation of our relationship is, which again sounds super backwards, right? But that's what we've got. So maybe it's because logically there is distance here, because we saw distant travel. And like, what do you do if there's distant travel other than sometimes, you do the logical thing and say, well, all right, then we can't very well date long distance or these two don't want to. I mean, you can date long distance, but across an ocean or something. So instead, come move here with me, and that's how we'll reunite and we'll romance and we'll date after we already live together. So it's like it's a permanent relationship before they've got a chance to really date. I know that's very strange. Let me know in the comments if that makes any sense. I don't know that I've explained that very gracefully, but you saw the cards. That's what came out. So that's the story we tell tonight. You guys, thanks for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you do enjoy my storytelling, please do give it a thumbs up. Please do subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.